Hey everyone, Ippolito here with the Future of Wealth. Today I want to go over 3 things I did to make my first $50,000 plus in the options market, about $57,000 in a short amount of time. So here's how. When you trade options, timing is everything. So unlike when you buy a stock, you can buy and hold for really forever if you want. The options have a set expiration date. So you have a set time before that option expires. And they say over 90% of options expire worthless. That's usually because timing is off. And every day that you buy a call or you buy a put option, you have time going against you. That's called theta decay out there. So let's say you get your timing right. What's the next step? Maybe you get that bounce to the upside, that trend reversal momentum. That's where you can go in the options market and use leverage to your advantage, because each one contract in the options market represents 100 shares of stock out there. So when you play momentum, let's say you go out and now there's a bounce in tech stocks. So you go and you play your Facebook, your Apples, your Googles out there, your Microsofts. Play that momentum to the upside until it starts to fade. Now, how long does momentum last, you may be asking? It could be 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. But that's where you can go in the options market, play those long calls, catch that bull momentum to the upside, and then look at every time you put on a trade, your risk versus your reward. So the one thing I always say, especially with new traders out there, what is your max loss on a trade? Now let's say a stock, you're long a stock and it goes down 10%. Well, now you're down 10%. But what if, let's say you bought the option, let's say you bought a call option in Facebook. The next day it gets a downgrade and it goes down 10%. And now the call option that you bought for $1, well, it's now 0. Always know what is your max loss on that trade out there. If you do, A, you'll sleep better at night. Your portfolio will love you because you'll have that set loss period already in your mind out there. And then look at, well, what's the reward? What is the gain on this trade? Why am I in the trade, really? If I'm buying a Facebook call option for $1, what is my reward? Where do I want to sell it at? And that's the beauty of options out there. You can get such a large reward for a minimal amount of risk out there. And I'm a fan of cheap options. Now, I know my math folks out there, and trust me, I took math for 6 years, math stats, you name it. It's easier for an option to go from $1 to $2 than it is from an option to go to $10 to $20. And I know it makes no sense from a math formula, but in the options market, that's how it works. That's how you can double your money. And you can do this repetitively if you have your timing, your momentum, and your risk versus reward correctly. Now, when I trade options, I'm not looking for, let's say, a 10% gain. So let's say I buy that Facebook call option for $1. I'm not looking to sell it for $1.10. Yes, that's a 10% gain. If you're trading stock, that may be fantastic. But when I'm trading options, no. I want to sell that $1 Facebook call option for $2. So there I double my gain. So if I put $1,000 of risk on that trade, now that $1,000 is $2,000. I doubled my money. Maybe if Facebook gets an upgrade and it continues that bullish trend to the upside, maybe that option now is at $4. So now I've 4x my money. So that $1,000 of risk that I put on in Facebook, let's say I bought 10 call options, that's now $4,000. If you keep doing that, and I'm not saying every trade's going to be a double or 4x on your money, but if you keep doing that and you minimize your risk and you know your potential reward on each trade and you get your timing, your momentum, and you ride that trend and you trade those options correctly using a favorable risk versus reward, you're going to grow your account. And I hope in the near future, I hear your success story, because that is the power, the beauty of trading options, and use them to grow your account quickly like I did.